Today, we're diving into a really powerful script that gets right to the heart of a deep-seated cultural bias in India, this obsession with fair skin. It's a short, sharp call to action, really, challenging how we all think about beauty. So it all kicks off in a totally normal, everyday setting. Just a casual chat among colleagues. This isn't some academic paper. It all starts with a single overheard comment that sparks this huge and kind of uncomfortable train of thought. And then you hear it. A comment cuts through all the office chatter. She's beautiful because she's fair. Just like that. It's so simple, direct, and honestly, startlingly common. Without even a pause, the connection is made. Beauty equals fairness. And it doesn't stop with women. Oh no. The conversation moves on, and a very similar comment gets made about a guy, praising him for his light skin. It just goes to show you how widespread this kind of thinking is, It's baked right into everyday compliments for everyone. This is the moment everything pivots. The person hearing all this takes it in and asks this really powerful question, which translates to, what country are we living in? And just like that, we've gone from a simple office chat to a deep dive critique of an entire culture. So this leads us to what the source calls the Great Indian Paradox. And it's a huge one. It's this massive contradiction right at the heart of the culture, a clash between what people worship and what they aspire to be. And here it is, the paradox in a nutshell. On the one hand, you have a revered goddess, Kali Maa, who is celebrated for being dark, powerful, and divine. But when it comes to daughters, the standard just completely flips. Why, the script asks, does the ideal suddenly become white as beautiful? It makes you think, right? So the script's main goal here is to just tear down this old, tired definition of beautiful and build something new, a whole new way of seeing things. The argument is simple. Beauty is not a color. It's not something you can just measure on a shade card like you see in those fairness cream ads. It is a perception. It's totally subjective in the eye of the beholder. And this brings up a really critical question about where this obsession even comes from. Every culture has its own idea of beauty. So why is there still this habit of borrowing standards from the West, especially when those standards don't reflect the country's own incredible diversity? Because the reality is this beautiful spectrum of skin tones, brown, wheatish, dark. And the script presents these not as some kind of ranking from good to bad, but just as different aspects of identity. They're just facts of who people are. Exactly. These skin tones aren't flaws that need to be fixed or corrected. No way. They are a reflection of something so much deeper. They're the living story of your history, a product of geography, and the result of your genetics. Basically, they are your heritage. And of course, this whole societal pressure, this obsession, it lands with an extra heavy weight on one group in particular, women. Just think about this quote for a second. It captures the pressure perfectly. As if being intelligent, kind, strong isn't enough. You also need to be fair to be acceptable. It's like all these other amazing virtues are somehow less important than this one superficial requirement to be accepted. So the script hits back with this really clear and powerful rebuttal. A woman's worth has absolutely nothing to do with her skin tone. Lighter skin doesn't make her worth more, and darker skin absolutely does not make her worth any less. Her value is just there, period. So the script doesn't end with a neat little answer. Instead, it leaves us with a powerful call to action, a final challenge for every single one of us. The final message is so clear, so direct. The solution to this bias isn't something external. It's not about changing how we look or trying to live up to some impossible standard. The problem, you see, isn't our skin. And that is the final, unforgettable thought. We need lighter minds. The change that we actually need is internal. It's about shedding the weight of all that prejudice, of those borrowed standards, of that deep-seated bias. The real journey isn't to a different complexion. It's to a more enlightened way of thinking.